Well, hey guys, thanks for joining me. Want to go ahead and break open the Bible. There's wisdom in it there for the taking, and God has given it to us. So let's pull some truth out of there and hopefully live a little bit better for having found it. Okay, I'm going to be going to the section of the Bible called Wisdom Literature, and this is in the book of Job. And it's going to be Job chapter 40. But before I start reading, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown on what's happened so far in the book because it helps explain things. So Job is a wealthy man because God has given him a lot. I mean, he's wealthy in family. He's got a lot of kids. He's got a wife. He's got a lot of cattle because back in those days, that's pretty much how you measured wealth. Wasn't so much, dollar bills, but it was how many head of cattle you had. And he's got lots. The point is he's wealthy. And the devil goes to God and says, well, of course Job loves you, God, because you've given him so much. You're protecting him. And God says, okay, fine, take it all away. And the devil does. He proceeds to take everything from Job. All Job's kids are killed. His wife and his life are the only thing that's spared. Because, he even is like miserable sick. At any rate, in the end of all this book, God goes to Job and he basically says, Job, the only problem you've got is a pride problem. So let's take a look. That's basically where we're at right now. So Job chapter 40, going to start in verse 1. Then the Lord said to Job, do you still want to argue with the Almighty? You're God's critic, but do you have the answers? Then Job replied to the Lord, I am nothing. How could I ever find the answers? I will cover my mouth with my hand. I have said too much already. I have nothing more to say. So after everything Job's gone through, the loss of almost everything in his life, friends who were coming in saying, hey, Job, you must have done something wrong. God wouldn't punish you like this if you hadn't done something wrong. And Job's maintaining his innocence all the while. And eventually God comes on the scene and talks to Job and basically says, you've got a pride problem, like I said. And that's where we're at. And Job, man, this short piece of the conversation with God is just so telling because it's you and it's me. Well, I guess I can't swear that it's you, but it's definitely me. I have a pride problem. I have a problem telling God what it is that's best. I often like to joke around that, I really wish God would come to me for advice on how to direct my life. And although it's a joke, there's part of it, that's true. I really do wish God would come to me and say, hey, Ross, what do you think about doing this? How do you feel about that? And he just doesn't. He knows best. And I know that, but I don't always know that. So it's the same problem that Job has here. It says, do you still want to argue with the Almighty? You're God's critic, but do you have the answers? And the simple fact is that I am God's critic, and I'll bet money you've been too. And so here's the thing, guys. We got to stop being God's critic. Simple fact is, he is God Almighty. He's the one who knows everything, who has a plan for the entire universe, and he knows what's best. It's because of who he is that we know what is good and what is evil. It's because of him we know what is right and what is wrong. All that and more. He is the best at making plans. That's all it comes down to. And we've got to be humble enough to step aside and just say, okay, God, it's your way. It's your plan. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to listen, God, instead of talking. And that's what we need to do. Sit down, listen to God, and ask him what he's got planned for us. So that's what I want to encourage you to do. Listen. Don't talk. Listen. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.